Sometimes a person feels alone. Sometimes you're lost, you feel that you don't have a path, that your surrounding is not with you. And what do people tell you? You're never alone. I think it was the Baal Shem Tov who said to somebody who told him, I'm going to travel alone. He said, there is no such a thing, you're not traveling alone. I think it's beautiful, but not enough. Let me show you in this week's parasha a secret. I'll try to explain something very deep and complicated in a few minutes. There's a pasuk that starts the beginning of the parasha. Vaydaber Elohim el Moshe, Vayomer elav Ani Adonai. Elohim spoke to Moshe and told him, I am God. Isn't Elohim God? Then the pasuk continues, Va'era el Avraham el Yitzchak ve'el Yaakov be'el Shaddai. Ushmi Adonai lo nodati lahem. Explains a little bit more. I presented myself to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov with the name El Shaddai, but my name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei Hashem lo nodati lahem. They didn't know me as such. What is happening here? This is very deep concept of names. I presented myself as Elohim. By the way, the Chachamim of the Kabbalah explain that Elohim and Kel Shakai is the same name. It's the same idea behind it, which we'll try to explain. But then to you, I am Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. What is happening here? Again, this is very complicated. I'm going to try to take the Shar Gimel, the third gate of Nefesh HaChaim, and try to explain it to you. So, the name Elohim and Kel Shakai is the following. The Tur in Siman He, in Shulchan Aruch, in Orach Chaim, Siman He says the following. It says when you say the Shem Elokim or Elokenu in a beracha, for example, it means the following: Baal HaYocholet u'Baal HaKochot Kulam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who is all powerful. He controls all powers. We know that the name Elokim was used throughout the creation of the world. Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses the word Elokim. The Shem Elokim is a name that controls all powers, and that's why Elokim is plural. Elokim is Eloah in plural, which is Elokim. All the powers, all the energies, anything that has to do with the world and the upper worlds also is controlled by Elokim, the essence of all the powers. Baal HaKochot Kulam. But then you have something else. It's Hashem Elokenu, Hashem Echad. They're really above the name Elokim. There is the concept of Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. The concept of Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, Haya Hoveh Ve'yeh, is something higher and deeper than that. And you know what this is? It's basically that God does not control everything, but that God is everything. You could have someone controlling something else. That means that you have two things. You have that something else and the one who is controlling it. That's the name Elokim. But the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei is deeper. And another dimension, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying to Moshe Rabbeinu, you know what? Vayera el Avraham el Yitzchak ve'el Yaakov be'el Shaddai. They knew me at, if you want, the first step of revelation to the world. The world was not ready yet for what I'm going to reveal myself to you and to Bnei Israel. But I was known as the one who controls nature, the one who invented nature, the one who is in control of everything. True. But there's something deeper. In order to go out of Egypt, you need to understand that I am not just controlling things, but I am things. I am everything. I know it's hard to understand because we're part of that, but in a Kabbalistic level, the higher level of Ein Sof, the level of the highest is that really the truth of the matter is Hashem Echad. Hashem is everything. Or the expression called En Od Milevado. There is nothing other than God. It doesn't mean that nothing could work without His permission. It means that everything is Him and nothing is not Him. He is everything. And if we understand this concept, maybe that's what it means, says the Nefesh HaChaim in Shar Gimel towards the end, when he says HaKadosh Baruch Hu presents himself, Vaydaber Elokim el Moshe. He's still at this level of Elokim. And he's presenting himself to Moshe. Vayomer elav, he reveals himself, Ani Hashem. I am Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. And this Yud-Kei Vav-Kei is a different level. And Vayera el Avraham el Yitzchak ve'el Yaakov be'el Shaddai. Ushmi Yud-Kei Vav-Kei lo nodati lahem. They didn't know me as such. Nefesh HaChaim comes and very unusual to his style comes and says there's a segula with this. I would like to read it to you because it's very important. He says, if somebody's in a situation that he needs a special help, באמת הוא עניין גדול וסגולה נפלאה, להסר ולבטל מעליו כל דינים ורצונות אחרים. It's a segula, incredible segula, to remove any power that is above someone. שלא יוכלו לשלוט בו ולא יעשו שום רושם כלל. That they will not have any impact on the person. Nothing could control the person. כשאדם קובע בליבו לאמור, when a person makes it a strong statement in his heart and says, הלא הוא השם האלוקים האמיתי. This is Hashem who is behind everything. ואין עוד מלבדו יתברך. And there's no other power than Hashem. There's nothing other than Hashem. שום כוח בעולם וכל העולמות כלל. Nothing in the world is anything but God. והכל מלא רק אחדותו הפשוט יתברך שמו. It's all Him. הוא מבטל בליבו ביטול גמור. So then in this case, then the influence or the power of the other person or whatever is happening in his life, he's nullifying it in front of this concept of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is everything. רק אדון יחיד ברוך הוא, just Hashem. כן יספיק הוא יתברך בידו. Hashem will respond accordingly as a mirror relationship. שממילא יבטלו מעליו כל הכוחות והרצונות שבעולם. Everything will be nullified in front of him. שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל. That nothing will have any kind of control over him. This is incredibly powerful, and without going into too many details, all I could say is that it works. Shabbat Shalom.